Morning children. Now today in science I'm going to start with the new chapter, and that is chapter 1, and the name of the chapter is Human Body, the Circulatory System. Okay, so before I discuss the circulatory system in human body, it is really important, or it is really necessary for all of you to know about the other systems that we have in our body, the other systems that the human body has. And it is because of the proper functioning of those systems the human body are able to eat their food, they are able to move from one place to the other place, they are able to reproduce, they are able to breathe and all. Okay, so that's why circulatory system is not the only system that the human body has. So what are the different systems that a human body has? So let's discuss one by one. So the systems which are present in one single human body are the nervous system, digestive system, respiratory system, excretory system, skeletal system, muscular system, reproductive system, and circulatory system. Okay, so nervous system. So these nervous system actually controls all the activities of our body. Means the main organ of the nervous system is the brain which we have inside the skull. Right, this is our head, and inside the skull we have the brain, which is the main organ of nervous system. Okay, then the next system is the digestive system. Now living organisms, they need food and they cannot survive without food. So the food that we eat, that food are needed to be digested inside our body, and that can be done by the digestive system. Alright, then the next system is respiratory system, the system which helps us to breathe. With the help of this system we can respire, we can breathe, isn't it? And the main organ of respiratory system are the lungs. Okay, then excretory system means the system which helps us to remove the waste product from our body, and the main organ of the excretory system are the kidneys. Then comes the next system, that is skeletal system, and this skeletal system is related with the bones of our body. Right, it is because of the bones that we have in our body. These bones gives support to our body, and that can be done by skeletal system. Then with the bone we have muscles in our body, and that is controlled by muscular system. Then reproductive system. The reproductive system, it is the system with the help of which the living organisms, they can reproduce, which means they can produce the young ones. Okay, and that system which helps the living organisms in reproduction, to produce the young ones, are reproductive system. Then the last system is the circulatory system, the system which helps in the circulation of blood, food, water inside our body. So these are the different systems which we have in our body, and with the help of which, or with the proper functioning of these systems, the living organisms or the human body will be able to eat their food, will be able to move from one place to the other place, will be able to breathe, okay, will be able to reproduce. Alright, so now let's discuss the circulatory system. Okay, now in order to survive, living organisms, they need food. So every day they take in the food, what we can say as nutrients, water, chemicals, and that goes inside our body, right? And those things, when we eat, we will get energy, that is what we can say. But immediately after taking in these particles, these food, these nutrients, we will not get energy in a second. Those particles which we take in, the food that we take in, the nutrients that we take in, the water that we take in, they are needed to be distributed to each and every part of our body, so that each and every part of our body will get energy. So because of that, so that can be done by the system which is called circulatory system. So what is circulatory system then? So circulatory system is the system which plays an important role in sustaining life. So circulatory system, its function is responsible for delivering of oxygen, water, nutrients to each part of our body, to all the cells of our body, and as well as to remove carbon dioxide or the waste materials out of the body. So how can you define circulatory system then? So circulatory system is the system which helps or which carries all the nutrients, chemicals, food, okay, then water into different parts of our body, and they will also help to remove carbon dioxide and waste product from our body. That is circulatory system. Now if you see the different parts of a circulatory system, then circulatory system has three main parts, and they are heart, blood and blood vessels. These three parts are the main part of the circulatory system. Now, you know what is blood? You all must have seen blood. It is in the liquid state and it is red in color, right? So, these blood actually helps in transporting oxygen, nutrients, some chemicals, minerals, water to all the parts of our body, and it also removes the carbon dioxide out of the body. That can be done by blood. Then the next part is the blood vessels. Now these blood vessels are actually, they are the channels through which the blood flow. So these channels helps to distribute blood to each distribution of blood or other things to each and every part of our body. And there are three types of blood vessels. They are arteries, veins and capillaries. Okay, so these arteries, veins and capillaries, these blood vessels, they plays a specific role in the circulation process. Then the main part of the circulatory system is the heart. Heart, which is the pumping organ. Alright, so let's discuss the structure of a heart. So the first one is, where do you think is your heart located in your body? Now if you see the location of the heart, then heart is located in between the lungs, slightly to the left in the breastbone. Alright, then if you see the size of the heart, how big is our heart? Now the size of the heart is the size of that closed fist, this size. This is the size of my heart. Okay, then comes, what is it made up of? So the heart is made up of muscles, and the name of that muscle is cardiac muscles. So the heart is made up of cardiac muscles, and they are inside the membranous bag. And since the heart is the most delicate organ, so it is protected by rib cage. Alright, so if you see the structure of the heart, then heart has 4 chambers, 4 rooms. So this is a simple diagram of a heart, just to show you. So the heart has 4 chambers, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, which are 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. So 2 auricles as right auricle and left auricle, then 2 ventricles are as right ventricle and left ventricles. So these auricles are present on the upper portion of our body, upper side of our body. Then ventricles are present on the lower portion of our body, or the lower side of our body. Okay, so this right auricle is it opens into the right ventricle, and left auricle it opens into the left ventricle. Alright, so these auricles, both the auricles, right auricle and left auricle, they act as receiving. They are the receiving room, means they will receive the blood. Both type of blood, pure blood and impure blood. Now what do you mean by pure blood and impure blood? You will learn it in later. Okay, then these ventricles, they act as the pump. They will pump the blood, distribute the blood to all parts of our body. Alright, so these are the 4 chambers of the heart. Now first, if you see the circulation of blood, how does the blood circulate inside the heart? Then just to know a little bit about that, first the right auricle will receive the impure blood. As I have told you, auricles are receiving room. So right auricles will impure blood. Impure blood means the blood which does not contain any oxygen. Okay, so from the right auricle, the impure blood will passes to the right ventricle, and from the right ventricle, the impure blood, the deoxygenated blood, the blood that does not contain oxygen, will go to the lungs for purification. And in the lungs, the impure blood is purified, it will become pure, means it contains oxygen. Then again, that pure blood will go back to the left auricle. So left auricle will receive the pure blood, the oxygenated blood, and from the left auricle the pure blood will passes to the left ventricle. Then from the left ventricle the pure blood will distribute it to each part of our body. Alright, so this is all about the structure of the heart. So in our next class we will discuss the function of the heart. So thank you, children.